Yes, Caroline Polachek came into Triple J during the week. I actually caught her on stage. This was certainly one of the highlights of her set. What a voice she has. A great performance too with her and the band. So Caroline Polachek, what did she have to say to us? Well, Abby and Tyrone caught up with her and they actually started off by talking about her streaming playlist on streaming services. She has her own little curated playlist that she puts together. It's called If You Please, and Tyrone wanted to find out how she actually chooses what to put on that playlist.
I just have to love it. I typically update it every 3 months and I add about 3 hours of what I've been listening to. And I love the task of sequencing music that's just flying through different genres, how to put things next to each other in a way that actually makes for a enjoyable listening experience. And weirdly, I think I learn a lot about my own taste and what I want out of my own next albums by working on this playlist. So it's a joy and a pleasure.
Do you know some of the last songs that you added?
The playlist opens with Chet Baker, and then it goes on to one of my favorite recent discoveries, which is an Australian band actually called Single Gun Theory.
Ooh.
They only released 3 albums, each of which got exponentially better, and then they broke up. They opened for Sarah McLachlan while making this album, which, you know, says everything. But check them out, Single Gun Theory. But then, yeah, there is some Dua Lipa. There's the new Andre 3000. It's all over the map.
Now, I want to ask about collaboration and working with other artists. Obviously, you've worked with Flume before. On this album, you worked with Grimes and with Dido. I mean, I could sit here and we could have spent the last 13 minutes talking about Dido and how much I love her and how much Thank You is an iconic track. But what I want to ask about is the sort of idea of remixing. And I feel like Charlie and George's remix of Welcome to My Island took on a life of its own. Is that sort of the dream when an artist is remixing one of your songs?
It is. I think what Charlie and George did, for anyone who hasn't heard this remix of Welcome to My Island, they remixed the idea of the lyric of the song. They didn't remix the audio. They remixed the concept. It's a very high effort remix. It's a club banger with these 2 like insanely hot fire rap verses. I think some of Charlie's best lyrics ever.
I mean, putting the phrase buxom milkmaid and F me for days as a rhyme. Like, come on.
Pull up on the landing strip. Like, maybe her dirtiest, whatever. She's a genius. I was blown away the first time I heard it. I think I just screamed and then turned it up and then listened to it again. But yeah, that's the thing about Charlie is she's always pushing format boundaries. I think I've now collabed with her 4 times publicly, and she's not thrown by that. I think a lot of artists would also, you know, want to spread out their collabs. And she just is, I guess in a way, just unafraid of repetition, which is actually, I think, a quality you see in a lot of brilliant artists, and B, just quite, you know, loyal to the fam.